Hello and welcome back to some more You Don't Know Jack the Rewrite. My name is WW Deadman. You already know that. I completely forgot to record this, so I'm recording this like literally half an hour after this should have been out. Where would you rather live? Chateau in the mountains, beachfront penthouse, beach.
Welcome to the Rewrite.
Is this the climate change episode?
Only one player? Great. I don't like it when it gets crowded in here. Is this your first time on the
No.
Rika team? Will be pleased. They are quite tired of having to spell everything out to all those newbies. As you no doubt know, these are your buzzers.
Yeah, I do.
Please allow me to remind you that this is a non-profit fan project in no way associated with Jackbox Games. And now, please enjoy the Rewrite. Perhaps we will meet at the bottom.
Yeah, maybe.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. This episode of The Rewrite is brought to you by Climate Cola. Whether it's cold or
It is.
warm, this beverage is sure to satisfy your thirst, whatever the weather. And now, please welcome the man who truly does know Jack, Sam Feely.
How's it going, Snowbird? Hope your retirement home in Florida is a nice place for long enough, which is going to last longer. Florida being livable, or you being there to live in it?
I'm not going to Florida.
Time to address the elephant in the room and dive into the ever-rising seas of anthropogenic climate change. Okay, friend. Moving right on to... Not in my greenhouse. Let's check out the question. Imagine that all the world's greenhouse gases were actually coming from the pink house. Which world leader would be issuing a formal apology? The president of Argentina, the prime minister of Japan, the president of Turkey, or the president of the European Commission?
Argentina?
The office and residence of the president of Argentina is called La Casa Rosada, which means the pink house in English. If current trends continue, Argentinian climate scientists predict that the capital's Aries won't be so buenos anymore. Okay, how much money? Oh man, now we're in the VIP lounge.
Hello.
Let's see what they're serving. Breaking the biosphere is bad.
You don't say.
We're rocking and we're rolling. Suppose Walter White's meth lab also produced the purest CH4, better known as methane. Which of these would not be true about it? He's making the reason why Neptune is blue, he's making a stronger greenhouse gas than CO2, he's making a highly explosive gas, or he's making the whole lab reek.
It's actually
Methane
odorless.
is the main component of natural gas, which is extremely combustible and traps heat in the atmosphere 20 times as effectively as carbon dioxide, but it's odorless in its purest form. His catchphrase is, "I am the one who knocks the entire ecosystem out of balance." Buzz in. Well, it's not the size, it's how you use it, right? Uh-huh. Here's the category. Greta hold of yourselves.
Oh, come on.
And right this way, please. Suppose Greta Thunberg was asked to do a speech at a music festival, and even more unbelievably, she agreed. Which of these lines would not reference a song made by a fellow Swede? World leaders only care about money, money, money. I saw the sign of climate change. Why can't our leaders? What does the fox say about his changing environment? Or a million voices will be heard to save our planet.
Million voices?
GG.
Oh.
Ylvis, the multi-talented comedy and music duo behind What Does the Fox Say, is Norwegian, not Swedish.
Oh, well.
Stopping climate
Hell
change
if I
is
know.
really important in Scandinavia. How they continue to get their Winter Olympics medals otherwise.
I knew ABBA and Ace of Base were Swedish.
How much is this? This won't make headlines, but you gotta start somewhere. Now let's see the category. Bay state of emergency. In my home state of Massachusetts, one of the biggest signs of climate change is the increasingly mild winters with less and less snowfall and fewer 0-degree days, at least on the Fahrenheit and Celsius scales. Which of my fellow Bay Staters would be freaking out at the prospect of more 0-degree days? The Delisle user in Carlisle, the Romer user in Somerville, the Newton user in Newton, or the Romer user in Rehoboth?
I have no idea.
You're wrong, and stay out of my purse. Delisle is an inverted temperature scale that assigns smaller values to warmer temperatures. It puts the freezing point of water at 150 and the boiling point of water at 0. Anything hotter than that goes into the negatives. But not
That
even
is a
0-degree
stupid
Kelvin day will
scale.
stop a true New Englander from getting their Dunkin's iced coffee.
That's the worst scale I've ever heard of.
Hit your buzzer.
That's worse than Fahrenheit, and that's saying something.
Look I under the sea, and golly, did I marvel. C-O-R-A-L, C-O-R-A-l, C-O-R-A-l. What do you mean it's all dying?
Welcome to Coral. For now, remember to buzz in when the first letter of the correct answer lights up.
Yeah.
And if you collect all 5 letters, you'll get a sweet bonus. This ain't your granny's bingo, it's time for battle. The crust of the Earth is called the blank sphere.
The lithosphere.
Litho. The biosphere is made of plants and
Animals?
animals. Chemical element that makes up all life on Earth.
Carbon.
Carbon. The Great Barrier blank is in
Reef.
danger. Now that's reefer madness. Chemical formula for carbon dioxide.
CO2.
CO2. Carbon neutral scams operate on carbon blank.
Offsetting. Oh, that bullshit.
Atomic number 3 used in rechargeable batteries.
Lithium.
Lithium. International agreement to limit temperature rise to 2 degrees Celsius.
What was that? Oslo. Oh.
Giant offshore oil driller.
Oil rig? No idea. Oh.
Cartel of oil
Fuck you.
producers.
Huh? OPEC. Oh.
The Paris Climate Agreement is blank binding.
Legally?
Is it though?
Not if you fucking get out of it.
UN's environmental consensus, the Paris blank.
Huh? Never heard of them.
The iciest continent.
Antarctica.
For now. Bill Clinton's environmentalist former vice president.
I have no earthly idea.
Reduce, reuse, blank.
Recycle.
Recycle. Wind, solar, and hydro are blank energy.
Renewable.
Renewable. Gas made of 3 oxygen atoms.
Ozone.
Ozone. Coral. That belongs to you. Take a picture. It'll last longer. Now's the time. Will our mystery guest enter and sign in, please?
Bipolar ice cap.
Bipolar ice cap. And they're off. If the polar ice caps were at risk of an emotional meltdown rather than a climate change-induced one, which of these medications would be the most helpful in mitigating it? Metoprolol, diazepam, sildenafil, or empagliflozin?
I have no word of that yet.
No, sildenafil is Viagra, but don't be so hard on yourself. Among other uses, diazepam, also known as Valium, can be taken as needed to reduce the effects of a panic attack.
Really?
A panic attack that is, coincidentally, caused by fear of our impending ecological collapse. Okay, there's our money, and here's our category. It's the recycle of life. In Buddhism, a person goes through the cycle of reincarnation or death and rebirth until they have found true peace, break from the cycle, and enter nirvana. Now, keeping that in mind, considering how much of the US's plastics don't get recycled, what are the odds of them entering the Buddhist nirvana after they're thrown out? 33%, 50%, 70%, or 97%?
70?
You fool! Only about 2 to 3% of plastics in the United States actually get recycled, and the remaining ones end up in landfills. So the odds of them breaking the reincarnation cycle and entering nirvana are
The
over
fucking fact that you
97%.
still use landfills
You
to
heard it
begin
here
with.
first. Landfills are nirvana for plastics. Something. Beeble Babble Booby Parade.
Oh, come on.
The hell?
Gibberish.
Do you think God stays in heaven because he's afraid of what we've created on Earth? Now let's see what your real gibberish category is going to be. Automation will render line cooks obsolete. Don't take too long to sort
What?
out this gibberish. You answer quick, you win or lose big. All right, take a look at this gibberish phrase and tell me what political term it rhymes with.
Political term.
Machine crew peel. It's a set of American legislation.
Oh, well
So it
then,
doesn't do anything good.
I'm out. I'm literally
It's a set of
out.
American legislation aimed at combating climate change.
I'm literally out.
A deal for a new generation. Hurry it up and I'll give you some cash. Go.
No.
Unfortunately for AOC and other American progressives, it's hard to stop the money that's blocking machine crew peel.
The
The
Green
discourse
New Deal.
surrounding
Never
the
heard of
Green
it.
New Deal proved that you can't even joke about taking away hamburgers and Hummers from Republicans. I'm talking about the car. Pick up. Now approaching our next stop. Are we there yet? The world's getting worse and worse
Why did
every year.
that get-
Species are going extinct. Islands are going underwater. Storms are getting stronger. The Arctic Circle is shrinking. The ocean currents are being disrupted. And hang on. Why the hell is the Arctic Circle shrinking? Because of rising average sea temperature, because of lower ozone levels in the atmosphere, because of glaciers and permafrost disappearing, or the Earth's axis just does that?
Permafrost No, fuck.
Earth's axis is currently
Three.
tilting upward
Three.
really slowly, so the radius of the Arctic Circle decreases by about 15
Oh, really?
meters a
That's
year.
the-
For once, we humans had nothing to do with it.
That's actually an axis tilt thing.
That's one alarming sounding thing that's not because of us against like 1,000.
I mean, I guess, yeah, if you tilt it up, yeah. Didn't know
and
that
shine,
was happening, though.
millennials.
That
For
wasn't
your
a
consideration.
pure accident.
This dry spells disaster. We here at You Don't Know Jack the
Oh, no.
Rewrite like to joke around, but we wanted to make a more serious point with this episode. So hopefully you'll be leaving with a conceptual understanding and vocabulary that you need to discuss the climate change caused by human industrial activity. And I sincerely hope you've been paying attention from start to finish, because how do you spell the synonym of man-made that I use at the start of this game to describe climate change? You know, anthropogenic. Your time starts now. That's it. Anthropogenic, from the ancient Greek words meaning human and born from. What does it say that you've likely
This is the
learned more
easiest
about
fucking
climate
fill in
change
the
today from
blank
You Don't
question
Know
I've
Jack
ever
the
seen.
Re-Ride than you ever will from the news or our political leaders. Nothing good. Hit your butt.
Jack attack.
I think we've subjected you to enough traumatic visions of our future. Let's take it easy on you with this clue. Rhymes with melt. Don't be like the polar ice caps and melt
great.
down during this Jack attack. Good luck.
Belt. Welt? Felt? Ah, fuck you! Dealt. Pelt. Spelt. Okay. Ace to check attack.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, your final score.
That's fine.
Hell of a game. What are you going to spend your winnings on? A car? Down payment on a house? Maybe a friend?
Where can you buy those? Asking for a friend. Either way. So much for this one. I'll get this up ASAP. Sorry that this is late. I completely forgot to record one. See you in the next one. Till then, leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more. My name is WWDadmin. Bye.